forever, my man. Oh yes, so no me wanna wash nana. Forever, my man. Prime Minister Simon Ekpa Njoku. The spirit of Biafra is upon me. That is why I am offering this song to our Prime Minister Simon Ekpa in Urobo dialect and Isoko. Lucky star is sinking, I'm sinking, Udogu, Ekpa. Amorotomo, Agbada Brururu. Amorotomo, Agbada Brururu. Excellency Simon Ekpa. Nieruwe yo Pitrowe Salo. With the same the freedom you brought to do well for us. Urobisoko with the same no. Amorotomo Agbada Bruru. Dear Simon Njoku, you have done so much for us. I am shedding tears of joy. Your tide cannot be seen easily. I search around the whole world, the greatest freedom fighter. We, the Robo and Isuku, we appreciate you awesome. Worry sister, say you are so good, you are so wonderful. Clara Dimu say you are so good. Oh, Amorutamo Agbada. Helen Peter say you are so good. That is the truth. Patricia Robo say you are so good. Amorutamo Agbada. What a wonderful man. The good guy. It's only the fool that we hate him. And I know those who are sitting at the fence in this Biafra struggle, they will not learn. Maybe they will learn in the grave. Urobisoko with the sendo. The freedom you brought to do well for us. Worry sister say you are so good. Urobisoko with the sendo. Clara Dim say you are so good. Anna Wabadaburu. Amorotomo Agbada Bruru. Amorotomo Agbada Bruru. Urobisoko with the sendo. Urobisoko with throw a salute. Even lucky star in the sendo. You do well, with the sendo. You do well, we salute you, we throw a salute. Patricia Urobo say you are so good, you are so good. Amorotomo Agbada Bruru. I am in tears of joy. For your good one cannot be quantified. Oh, Amorotomo Agbada Guru. Ewo, Bisuko Bidise.
Those of you who are hardcore, those who were chosen before you were born. There were some people who were chosen before they were born to agitate for Biafra restoration. This is the message for you. Those who from their mother's womb they were born. You do this very well. You must be very, very strong.
When in the Poroku, Nijimwero Mekumu Biafra. When the Siputa, Makamwero Mekanyinaga, Biko Biko Oh, when the Boroku, Makamwero Wine. Oh, when the Buruchekwa, Makamwero Biafra. Biko the spirit of Biafra, Biko Kulienu no Geruo. When the Biafra Gideon, Biko Bilienu no Geruo. Oh, Amadike no Nadonjon, Mukweki Heremeyae. Bodike, Mosike, Rajobadike, Biko Kulien, Biko The Prime Minister of Biafra Republic Government in exile, Master Simon M. It wants to smooth to sleep Gabaniru Naibu. New brother and up on my Ebudo, or Guinea. Master Simon Ekpa Njoku Onyendu. Ihe Gamadi Keruo, Imokwa Simon Ekpa Wujie. Ihe Gamadi Keruo, Simon Ekpa Watakata Wo. Ojuda Kwenyi, Mwikwere Onyendu Kinebe Tata. I will follow you, I will follow you, I will follow you, never do back. I will follow you. Prime Minister Veroni, and you got one who got me follow you, and I will follow you. I will follow you. The question is this: if Nigerian government failed to organize referendum for children of Biafra, are you ready to lead us to do anything in order to get freedom for Biafra? And I'm going to be number one to follow you. If you are looking for 100 men, you find 50 in me. Ogwe Bucharangwe, Master Simon Ekpa, or Guinea. Master Simon Ekpa, Biko, GC, Kaka, Njoku, Atakata, Kaina, Ojuda, Uwe, Kwikoloyendu, Gine, Menata. I am 50 men, oh yes, and I said, I will follow you, I will follow you, I will follow you, never do back. I will follow you. Prime Minister Veroni, and you got one who got me follow you, and I will follow you. I will follow you. Oh, Madike Biafra, Dahi Boroka Biarole. Iye Jamadike, Biafra Republic Government Awukie. Iye Jamadike, Commander General Lekwechiri. General Buduso, Sona Atakata War. Commander Holy Ghost,
Maka Biafra, we're put around you on into Simon Ekpa,
Witness me, I want to remain in the spirit because we must worship heaven. We answer your name, O Lord of hosts. Everything about us is designed to offer glory unto thee. We have atoned for our sins last year. This very year we have not only atoned for our sins, we have sealed, we have shed blood, they have shed our blood. We have let our sacrifice be made unto thee. Even on the 30th of August, as we are being felled by the bullets of the enemy, by the workers of iniquity and of darkness, we remain very strong today to beckon upon thee, to ask you for your mercy and for your grace, to ensure that your kingdom is restored upon the face of the earth, that you can bring your healing hand to bear upon the life of those of them that you created for one singular purpose, and that purpose alone, which is to worship you in truth and in every honesty. Is there any way that we have erred? Is there any way that our ancestors may have sinned? We confess before a congregation of the whole of humanity to ask you, oh Lord of hosts, to have mercy upon us. You must have mercy upon us. We have suffered enough. We have been subjugated enough. We have been tortured enough. We have been imprisoned enough. We did not do these people anything. Our only crime is to answer your name. Our only crime is to be born your children. Our only crime is to excel at everything that we place our hands into. Our only crime time is to exhibit your glory and your blessing, which manifestedly is upon our lives every blessed day. That is why they want to kill us. That is why the British want to join those of them who don't know you to destroy your creation and your inheritance. You will not allow shame to befall your name. You will not allow the enemies to triumph over the lives of your children, because you created us to exist, to worship, to honor, and to praise you. That is exactly what we are going to do when this Biafra comes. It will come in truth and in every honesty, because we remain every blessed day Chukwa Biama benigwe whiter than white and whiter than snow. Is there any way that we have sinned that you cannot forgive us our trespasses, to enable us to fulfill your own word, which was spoken thousands of years ago, that instead of what you promised not to come to pass, that heaven and earth will cease to exist? You opened your mouth, Chukwokika Biama, to bless mankind to the coming of Yahweh Yeshua, who came here and said, let your kingdom come on earth as it is in heaven. Those words can never be in vain, because they are anchored upon your holiness and your magnificence. That is why in the end we know that Biafra will come, that these children that we have given birth to all over the world, and their children, and their children, and their children, as long as they give birth to them and they are Biafrans, they will worship you in truth and honesty. Through this very work we are doing, mankind will come to understand you. Let your miracle be wrought in our lives. Let us witness and behold your magnificence, your holiness, your mystery, and your grace under our command. O Lord of hosts, we call upon you. We call upon you to heal. We call upon you to provide succor to those of them who are inconsolable. We ask you to come and strengthen those who are weak. We ask you to restore hope where there is hopelessness. We ask you for inclusion where there is destitution. We ask you for one brotherhood, one camaraderie, one bone, one blood, and one flesh of your children. The Efiks and the Bibios, the Izon, the Shekiri, the Isobos, and also those of them from Isoto. We are traveling all the way to the lands of Igala. We are moving on from there to Idoma, to Igede, to the territories of the Igbo land. All these places we dedicate unto thee. All these lands of yours, we ask you to cover it with your mercy, because Bafra will come, and when it does, we will dance on the streets. I'm telling you, by the time that we are done, humanity will think that we are mad, we are drunk in your glory, and rightfully so, because your kingdom will come to rest upon this very earth. That very kingdom is the unadulterated, non-negotiable sovereignty of the Republic of Biafra, that your will may be fulfilled in our time. All this we pray, all these we ask for, in no other name apart from that name that belongs to you. He said,
welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you so much for joining me on this morning program. I welcome everyone who has connected to this program wherever you are connected from. If you are joining us from any part of the world, I welcome you. If you are joining us from Biafra land, I welcome you. I appreciate you. I thank you for being part of the program. If you are joining us from Asia, from Europe, from America, from Australia, from Canada, from New Zealand, you are joining us from Russia, from China, from Israel, I welcome you. I appreciate you, and I thank you for being part of this program this morning. If you have not yet subscribed to this channel, please kindly subscribe, like, and share. Make sure you invite someone to join us on this program. It is very important. Don't watch alone. Don't be stingy with the program. As you connect, you try to send the notification to someone else to connect also and join us on this program. It is very important because we must carry everybody along. Everybody must hear of this message. If you are joining us for the very first time, this is a platform that is under the Biafran government, a platform under the command of our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, and on the Supreme Command of Mazi Nandekam. In this very platform, we don't come here to instigate violence, we don't preach hate, we don't attack people, we don't engage in saga, nor any kind of blackmail. No. What we speak here is the truth and nothing but the truth, and we present the case of Biafra before the whole world. We call on the international community, we call on their notice to pay attention to the genocide that is happening in Biafra land. That is what we have been doing, and that is what we will continue to do. So wherever you are and you are joining us, I welcome you. If you want to join me on stage, you can see the link there. All you need to do is click the link and you join me on stage so that we can dig this various topic out. If you are joining me, make sure you appear in a decent manner and keep all your contributions, all your questions, all your suggestions, all your prayer, do it in a very civil manner so that others can be carried along. I welcome Karoma Gale, I welcome you, I welcome Irene Eri, I welcome my beloved sister Linda TV show, I welcome Odebe Chimaroke, I welcome Alphonse Obonnaya, I welcome Gabriel Isaac Ochaburu, Solomon Obiobulam, I welcome you, Alphonse Obonnaya, I welcome you, Stella Ibia, I welcome you. Benjamin Chikodi, I welcome you. Uzo Biafra 147, I welcome you. Akachuku, I welcome you. Chikodi Chima Uche, I welcome you. Sonny, I welcome you. Agatha Otutu, I welcome you. Obed Zaf, I welcome you. I welcome everyone that has connected. Either I mention your name or I didn't mention your name. You are highly welcome and you are special. Obi Eze, I welcome you also. I thank everyone that have joined. I thank everyone that participated and participating now. May Shukwu Kukabia Magada protect every one of you. We have come once again, as we always do, to preach the gospel of Biafra and also give a platform to Biafran people to speak their mind and voice out their opinion. You have every right to speak your mind. You have every right to air your opinion and make your contribution. Don't allow anybody to talk you down. Do what you have to do because it is important. Every one of us must partake and participate on this very program. Godfrey Aham, thank you for joining. My fellow Biafrans, as we are going to go into this program today, the topic says Biafra, Republic Government in Exile, BRICS, should Prime Minister Mazi Simon Ekpa Njoku setting the stage for freedom and human rights across the world. Mazi Simon Ekpa and BRICS is setting the stage for human rights and freedom across the world. Joseph Obum, you're welcome. Godfrey Aham, you're welcome. So every one of us have to know that the stage is set. Frank Chukwuka, welcome. The stage is set for our freedom. Wherever you are and a lover of freedom, it is time for you to come and make impact in this very freedom of Biafra. Emeka Aku, you're welcome. Wherever you are, it is time you come and make your own impact. Nobody can do it alone. Without your support, we cannot do it. Every hand must be on deck. That is why wherever you are, you must stand up today and support the emancipation of the children of Kukrabia. Our freedom is drawing very, very close and near. The restoration of the independent state of Biafra is coming closer and closer and closer than ever. Wherever you are as a Biafran, you must rise up now. You must prepare. You must be focused. Put your focus and attention on what is happening today. Don't get distracted. Don't get distracted. Don't get carried away. Always remain focused. The enemies are not going to give up. They are not going to surrender. But by the grace of Chukwu, only him and him alone can force them to do his will. Because the will of Chukwu will always supersede the will of any man. So wherever you are and you're watching this program, I urge you in the name of Chukwu to stay strong and focused. Because freedom is coming. And there's nothing anybody can do to stop it. There's nothing any man or woman will do to stop it. All we have to do is to support the freedom of the people. And because of that, I will still have to remind you what to expect. Do not allow anybody to deceive you. Do not allow anybody to distract you. Always be focused on the project at hand. Always be focused on what we are doing. No matter the obstacles, the temptations, stay focused. Never get distracted. And victory will definitely be ours. You're welcome, Odobe Chimaroke. You're welcome. Can you hear me, Chimaroke?
Yes, sir, I can hear you clear, sir.
You're welcome.
Good morning.
Good morning. Go ahead and speak to Biafrans.
Good morning, my fellow Biafrans. I'm really happy for. I hope you hear me clear.
Yeah, I hear you.
Hello?
I can hear you. I can hear you. Go on. Oh, I think he has a network problem. He has a network problem. So Chimaroke, try again and see if you can come in. Try again, Chimaroke. I think your network is bad. The network is bad. Try again if you can be able to come in. So my fellow Biafrans, as I was saying, we must have to get prepared. The journey is not an easy one. The journey is not going to be simple. It is going to be tough, even tougher than you expect. But all we have to do is to stay focused and stay strong. You must stay strong. The road and the journey is not easy. Sometimes just coming online becomes so difficult. Even for us, those of us who are broadcasting on a daily basis, sometimes it is difficult, but we will never give up. We continue to do what we have to do because the assignment is not just ours. There is an assignment given to us by Chukwu Kabiam. And if you are following events, you will know that we have gone too far. Yesterday, if you have followed our Prime Minister on Space, yesterday, when he was making the emergency broadcast, he spoke about Biafra signing up to United Nations human rights treaties. Biafra is going to sign up to United Nations human rights treaties within this time of the convention. That is why I told you that if you are fighting for the restoration of Biafra, you have to keep your hand clean. You don't have to be afraid of anything, except you are doing something that is illegal. And if you are putting your hand in anything that's illegal, you are on your own. You are on your own. For those of us who are seeking the restoration of Biafra, we are going through the legal means. And everything we own and whatever we do is following legal procedure. That is why we are not afraid of any police or any army anywhere. We are not afraid because we are following the procedure. That is something you have to do. Keep your hand clean and straight if you must fight for this Biafra. It is very important. We are getting very, very close, and more things are going to unfold. Sit on tight. Keep your faith. Keep your hope high. I bet you're going to be surprised the achievement we are going to make, and it's going to be very, very soon. Let's hear this message from our Prime Minister.
Of you to remember these three words. Nigerians, we are no more. Southeasterners and Southerners, we cannot become. And Biafrans, we must be. What are the declaration of the 2nd December meant to achieve? At least it is no longer a question of uncertainty. It is no longer a question of whether we are unsure. But I believe the message of the Declaration of the Restoration of Independent State of Biafra on the 2nd of December 2024 has penetrated even to the bone marrow of the enemies. So the question, and the big question, is what do we intend to achieve?
Pay close attention to this explanation. I keep on playing this video over and over and over again to open up your mind to what to expect, so that tomorrow you wouldn't say you are not told. Some of you who are believing that one or two things will happen, it is a gradual process. The restoration of Biafra is a gradual process. Biafra cannot be on its own. We're still going to associate with other countries of the world. That is why we have to pass through legal progress in order to get the recognition that we deserve. Getting the recognition for Biafra is going to pass a very huge process. That is why it is good that we remind you of what to expect. Some of us don't know what, when we say Biafra restoration declaration will be made on 2nd. Some of you are thinking on that 2nd, then we will take bomb and begin to bomb everywhere. Some of you think it will be all out war. No, that is not true. Our Prime Minister have explained it very well, and I want you to pay attention as he explained what we intend to achieve and how it is going to go. It is very important because so many people are pushing many propaganda, many blackmail out there. Tomorrow they will come and they say, oh, he told you that Biafra will come. Today is 2nd. Why is Nigeria still here? Why is this the army? Why is this the police of Nigeria here? He lied. I want you now to pay attention and understand very well what to expect. Understand very well what to expect. Just put your mind together, listen closely, so that you can be able to answer the enemies when they ask you.
They have mocked us that we are in exile. But what the truth that they are not telling themselves is that we are not only in exile. We are actually more in the homeland than what we are in exile. The truth they refuse to tell, which they continue to deceive themselves, is that every blessed Monday in Biafra land, we demonstrate that we are not just in exile. We also control the homeland. The truth they have not told you is that whenever we issue any declaration on either civil disobedience or the forceful lockdown of the Nigeria state institution in Biafra land, like we have declared from the 28th day of this August to the 26th of September, those who call us government, those who say we are in exile, will start crying. They will start all manner of propaganda, panicking, sending military terrorists in our land to try to, see whether we can change our mind, thinking that by killing our people, the pressure will, force us to change our mind. These are the things that they are not telling those gullible, idiot criminals in Nigeria that are believing in one Nigeria just because they have found themselves in a safe haven where they can commit crimes, international crimes and cyber crimes, and they will be bragging in their various communities for making money through crime. So they lie to themselves that, oh, don't listen to him, they are just in exile. Yet, each time we make any pronouncement, it becomes a problem to them. So the big question is, what do we intend to achieve from the 2nd of December? My supporters in the United States, Biafrans in the United States, we have at least 2 objectives. We want to achieve 2 things from this 2nd of December declaration. These 2 things are:
listen carefully. Listen carefully to the Prime Minister. He is making it very clear. I want everybody on this program to pay close attention. It is very important for you to follow this program very, very well. That is why I pause it, for you to know. These are the 2 most important things you should expect on the 2nd of December. The 2 most important things you must expect. Listen carefully to the explanation of the Prime Minister so that you wouldn't go and begin to listen to propaganda and blackmail. You wouldn't say you are not told. You wouldn't say he told you this and he did something else. Some of us don't understand how these things work. For you to get Biafra, it is not a family meeting. It is not a private organization. It is not a youth meeting. It is not a Harezendibu. It is going to take time and procedure with process. And the process have started. We have to follow it gradually. Listen carefully to our Prime Minister so that you can understand what to expect, so that you will not be deceived.
The delegitimization of the Nigeria state within Biafra land and the legitimization of Biafra government within Biafra land and beyond. Our declaration will cover all grievances against Nigeria. The injustices against Biafra people by the Nigeria state, the harms suffered by the Biafra people within Nigeria. This has a standard way of delegitimizing Nigeria as an existing state and, of course, legitimizing Biafra as a new independent state. These grievances, the Biafra government have constituted a committee called the Declaration Drafting Committee that is putting and penning down every grievance we have against Nigeria. And there is the latest one, which is the student loan. Many of you have seen in the news that they have approved a student loan from every geopolitical zone, but they excluded Southeast, part of Biafra. That is technically accepting partially the declaration that is coming on 2nd of December. They are already telling us to go. But what they have refused to understand is that they don't define our map. We define our map. It is not them. They are still using the colonial mentality of giving them the demography, changing the demography for them. This is 21st century, where the people are wise and we know our boundaries. We know our land. You don't tell us where our land is and come from Yoruba land to tell us where your boundary ends, or come from the Fulani Caliphate to tell us where your boundary end, our boundary end. No, that was then. During the time of Usman Danfodio and during the time of Babangida, where you use your military degree to do whatever you want. This time around, it is not going to work like that. We know our boundary. Our boundary has been defined by the Biafra government. Our state and institutions has also been put in place by the Biafra government. So our declaration is going to state very clearly the grievances we have against Nigeria, why Biafra has come to become a remedy. Now, I use instances always, making references to the United States. Just as in the 1776 of the U.S. Declaration, when they become a new state, then they presented this particular new state of the United States as the only remedy the listed grievances for them to declare the independence of the United States. Biafra will be presented to the world as the only remedy to the insecurity that Nigeria has created in quest to bring Islamization of Nigeria and, of course, that turn Nigeria into Islamic State. We are going to present Biafra government as a remedy to the United States, to the West, and to every other world power that cares to know. Part of the grievances will be the killings by the terrorists and the high-level corruption and political crisis that Nigeria has found itself today without any solution. Since the last election, which the European Union condemned, which the United Nations condemned, which the America condemned, and faulted everything that has to do with the result of the last election. Yet, they are recognizing the criminal who called himself Tinubu as the president. Because Nigerians are stupid. Nobody rise up against, because everybody have been captured and enslaved with terrorism. If you do the killing, the assassinating. That's why many of them are bragging. Whenever we talk, they say, Samanaka, come to Nigeria so we believe you. Do you know why? Because they think that we are going to be as stupid as those people that have killed in the past. Kensaro Wiwa, should we start mentioning them? Anybody that rise up to challenge the impunity of the Nigeria state, the terrorist state, they eliminate the person. What is the other name? The Yoruba man, Gani Kfawemi or whatever he's called. He was assassinated. These are people who think they can make changes within the Nigeria state. It's impossible. Even this criminal called Tinubu, he ran away. He would have been killed by the military administration then, because he thought that he can have any political movement, to change whatever he want to change then, before he came back to become the governor. He ran away to exile, and probably France, because I know he has a very good relationship with people in France. Now, just like the United States, we are going to present Biafra after 2nd of December as the only remedy to the political crisis in Nigeria today. We will present Biafra as the only remedy to the upsurge of terrorists in the Sahel. I am telling you, nobody will see what we are doing today as a government in exile and don't give us that particular opportunity. We have proven beyond reasonable doubt that as Nigeria as a failed state, the only remedy that will save the life of people and also save the interests of the West, because no matter how you want to say it, we still have to protect the interests of the West, which goes a very long way in making sure that our society still remain in a sane, we still remain in a sane society, both in conflict-wise, insecurity-wise, national security, and what have you. So, Nigeria no longer function as a law-governed state, capable of resolving its current political and economic crisis. My people of Biafra, our declaration in December is providing a remedy, providing alternative to the Biafra people and to the world, and to those who have business interests in the area, Sahel region, and in Nigeria as a whole, because this is going to affect them positively. So, Nigeria have found itself in a situation where they have become incapacitated. They are not capable of resolving every crisis that they are facing today. So the state is already a failed state. So what are we going to do in December 2nd? Our declaration will offer solution. And like I said, remedy to the economic crisis, to the insecurity, to the upsurge of terrorism, and what have you. And we believe that those who supported Nigeria to commit genocide against Biafrans in the 60s, must be very ashamed of themselves today. Though we can see that many of them who are very corrupt, I am talking about those in America, for example, like, you know, some of them we have seen removing Nigeria from the list of, special interest of a state that have committed crime against Christians, for example. Those who remove Nigeria without investigation, they are struggling very hard, trying not to look stupid by their continuous support for the Nigeria, even when they knew that Nigeria is already a failed state. The more they try to revive Nigeria, following their fake diplomatic ties, and the more Nigeria will continue to fail them. So, my people, there is no two ways about it. This time around, we have come to outsmart the nomadic system of Nigeria. And of course, our aim and objective is to bring and restore true democracy in Biafra land, which will affect the entire region. After December 2nd, we will move to the next level, which I call the phase 2 of the Biafra liberation, which this phase 2 will see the establishment and the activation of the state institution within Biafra land, which is already functional as I speak. That will take over the Nigeria state functions. We take over the functions of other institutions from the Nigeria state, and that is the part of the delegitimization of Nigeria. And by announcing the United States of Biafra commitment to several international sanctioned principles, policies, and international recognized organization that Nigeria never had, we are going to make sure we approach every international organization that Nigeria has violated their treaties with impunity, providing Biafra to them and presenting Biafra as a remedy and alternative. With what we have done so far, we have been able to prove beyond reasonable doubt that you can't forge any document in Biafra and present it anywhere. We have eliminated the possibility to forge document, unlike the runners and all the criminals in Yoruba land are doing. That's what they do. They make a living by forgery. So my people in the United States, for those who are very, very unsure of what will happen after December 2nd, I am telling you now, giving you a hint. Our declaration of independence or declaration of the restoration of independence of Biafra will be expected to legitimize the Biafra government in the eye of other non-terrorist states.
I hope you are noting. One most important thing you will understand is that this very declaration of the restoration of independence of Biafra that is going to happen on the 2nd of December, one major thing you must hold hand is that it is going to legitimize the Biafran government and delegitimize Nigerian government in Biafran territory. The legitimization of the Biafran government and delegitimization of Nigerian government, that is one most important thing you must put at the back of your mind. From there onward, we'll begin to seek for international recognitions. These informations are very important because we know our enemies are going to come with propaganda. They are going to tell you, oh, today, now is December 2nd. Why do we still have police everywhere? Oh, December 2nd is already here. We still have army here. Why this? They will not disappear just like that. They will not go just like that. They are going to be there. But to the international communities and those who are watching, it is a very strong sign and warning that is going to happen during this time of declaration. They will be paying attention and they'll be watching. Recognition is what we are going to pursue. Until after we have gotten recognition, then every other thing will come in place. Don't think it will just disappear like that. It doesn't work that way. It is important you put your mind together on what to expect. Biafran government is going to intensify in every effort to evict everything on uniform. It has started now. What you are seeing happening today will continue. After the declaration, it will increase. By this convention and declaration, documents will be generated, documents that will be presented to United Nations and other bodies. That is what to expect. Put your heart together, tighten up your belt. The journey has just begun. That is why I am playing this video over and over again. So many of us didn't have the opportunity to watch it carefully when our Prime Minister made this broadcast. So many of us were not paying attention. Somebody did not attend it. Somebody didn't see it. That is why I replay it for you to digest every single word he has said. Listen and listen very well.
This is going to take a very long time, and it requires many diplomatic approach, political approach, and of course, it also requires commitment from the Biafra government, which I believe we are not shaking from that end. In turn, we will be expected to recognize Biafra, and we don't care how long this will take. This kind of legitimization of Biafra state will be culminated in the quest or in our request or appeal to other states and international organizations to recognize the independence of Biafra. Our grievances that we expected to be listed on the declaration document has been drafted or has been drafted by our committee on the declaration of the declaration drafting committee will include the grievance declaration, the institutionalizing declaration, and the commitment declaration. I want you all in the United States to listen to this. Very, very important. We are going to have 3 major grievances in our declaration document. And so, if you don't know what we are doing, we are fighting Nigeria academically. We are fighting Nigeria with brain. We are fighting Nigeria physically, and we are fighting Nigeria with gun. So what am I? Let me repeat it again. I said the declaration of the restoration of independence of Biafra will cover 3 major grievances. One is grievances declaration, institutionalizing declaration, and the commitment declaration. And this different declaration will be elaborated during the time of our convention in Finland. So when you come to Finland, you're going to have first-hand information, and you are going to read the history, be part of the history, and stay where the history is happening, so that you will not say they told you, or you will not say you watch it from the social media. No, you are going to be there. Those who are privileged to come to Finland, you will be there to witness this thing yourself, how it is done. So, and then after that, you know, when I made a video the other day to explain to Biafrans, we will be expecting that immediately after the declaration, the police will disappear from Biafra. No, the military will disappear. Of course, most of them use it to do propaganda, which doesn't move us. Because the thing is that they don't know what we are doing. They don't have information, and they will never have the information. And even if they do, they will never support Biafra. And we don't expect everybody to support Biafra. Like I've said previously, even this Finland, when they voted 88 over 100, you know how many that voted for Finland Declaration of Independence. So what I'm trying to say is that the United States, those Biafrans in the United States, all of you must understand that the declaration of the restoration of independence of Biafra in December is going to come with a heavy Edward Cannon. Edward Cannon.
You heard it very well. This is a very important part you must pay attention to. The declaration of the restoration of independent state of Biafra is going to come with a heavy Edward Cannon. For those of you who are fighting against Biafra, those of you who are thinking that Biafra is not going to come, those of you who want to be an obstacle, you have to expect what is coming. The declaration of the restoration of independent state of Biafra is going to come with a heavy Edward Cannon. I want you to listen to our Prime Minister once again. These are things you should expect. When you will say that Biafrans killing Biafrans, Biafrans do this again, Biafrans, you better repent now while you have time. You better change your ways now while you have time. The Idoakanon is going to increase. It is going to increase. It doesn't matter how long it takes. It doesn't matter what becomes of it. It is going to happen. Begin to prepare your way. Begin to straighten your way. Choose you yourself today whom you will follow before it is too late. We are counting days. Question of some days. We are counting days. Don't say you are not one.
With a heavy Idoakanon. Idoakanon to the enemies, both the outside and within. And so we are going to be taking a little bit step forward to the Idoakanon that is happening presently. It is a must. So those who think that Simon Ekpa is laughing at them or laughing with them, my brother, don't look at this laugh and this face. I have always warned, if you follow this face, you'll be deceived. I am not here with a clean eye, fighting for Biafra, fighting against Nigeria Islamic State, fighting against the terrorist state of Nigeria, Ejira Anyoma, and Osa Nigeria. Don't look this face, it will deceive you. I want to assure you that in the coming weeks, on this lockdown of Nigeria institution, is going to be a litmus test of what is to come. We will continue to prove to Nigeria terrorist state that they have lost every legitimacy to govern anybody in Biafra territory. That's our target. There is no other target we have. The reason why this 1 month lockdown of Nigeria institution in Biafra land is to prove to them that they have lost the legitimacy. And if they try to bring those terrorists to kill our people and put it on Biafra people who are ready to take it upon them or take it with them, we are not going to move any inch backward, in the sense that when they try to kill people, they say, oh, Simon Ekpa put the lockdown, they are locking. That is what. If you make yourself a willing to, you have yourself to blame, and your family will ever regret allowing you to be used as a propaganda machine by the Nigeria state. Nothing is going to come out of it, I promise you. Do not fall a victim of the Nigeria state because of your hatred for freedom. Do not fall a victim of the Nigeria state because of the peanut you receive from the secretariat. Secretariat will be raised in time to come. I am telling you, we are still watching them. Let any secretariat open and you see what Biafra is going to do to that secretariat. That land belongs to us, and we dictate and decide how we use it. And after that, we will rebuild our land. So Biafra government needs your support to make sure that we achieve this particular step-by-step delegitimization of Nigeria until December, when we will have our convention in Finland.
The message from the Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, is very clear. This message was delivered a long time ago. But as we draw closer to the appointed time, I have to keep on reminding you of these messages for you to know what to expect. It is important that you equip yourself against the propaganda of the enemies. You know them. You know what they are up to. You know that they are going to come with all manner of propaganda. They are going to come with their attack. They are going to come to blackmail you. They will call you different kinds of names. They will send in different kinds of distractions. They will say, oh, he said after second that Biafra will be free. Now, where is the freedom? They will come and tell you so many kinds of things. You must prepare your mind. Freedom doesn't come cheap. It is a process. It is a process, and we must have to follow that process until we get to the point where everything will be settled. There is some responsibilities that we must carry. There are some things that must be done. It is a process. It is from one stage to the other. And we must have to prepare our mind and prepare ourselves for that time to come. it is going to come. That time is going to come very, very quick and very, very fast. But all you have to do is to pay attention, listen to instruction, do your own part, be patient, and obey every single instruction that is coming from the Prime Minister. Biafrans across the world are preparing themselves for the convention that is coming up in Finland. Preparations are going on right, left, and center. Wherever you are, you must prepare yourself. Yesterday, our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, came online and explained further of the process and things that are going to happen in this very convention that is coming up. On this convention, our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon, made it clear that the Biafran government will assent to United Nations human rights treaties. Treaties of the human rights United Nations will be signed by the Biafran government. We know that the zoo where we are going out from is a lawless country. We cannot be lawless like them. We want to create a nation that can compete with every other responsible nation. We want to lay a landmark that people will look upon. We want to build a nation that will be respected. That is why every legal procedure is followed. Every legal procedure. There is nothing that is done in the restitution of Biafra that is illegal. We are following the legal procedure. And for some of us who did not follow up on the broadcast yesterday, I want to play some sound bites from that broadcast yesterday. Listen carefully and closely. Listen carefully and closely on the broadcast of yesterday so that you can be able to catch up some points. I am still going to stream it, hopefully after this program. I'm going to still stream it and share it so that people who did not participate in the program yesterday can listen to what our Prime Minister said yesterday. It is important that you pay attention. Information is power. Let's listen to the Prime Minister of Biafra, Republic of Nigeria, Mazi Simon Ekpa.
Thank you very much, everyone. The media teams are very busy at this point, and they're going to join us along the way. But because of our time and engagement, we've decided to come to this particular space this afternoon, this evening, depending on where you are listening from. So I welcome every one of you, fellow Biafrans, friends, well-wishers, and lovers of freedom. I want you to understand that the Biafra government will offer alternative to what Nigeria deprived you. And one of the alternatives we are offering to the Biafra people is the ratification and assent to the United Nations human rights treaties. This will be ratified during the convention to form a legal base for the Biafra government recognition by United Nations and beyond. Like I have informed you all, for those who do not know what we are doing and why this convention is very important at this point and why it has become the only pathway to Biafra freedom. For those who will be wondering, what are they doing? Why are they declaring or why are they having convention in exile? That's why we are called the government in exile. So we will restore the lost sovereign state of Biafra from exile. And if you do not know, for those asking who have done it before, we are laying the precedents for us to follow. Those who care, they will learn from us. So my fellow Biafrans, first of all, I would like to give a little background on the importance of Biafra government providing alternative to the human rights which Nigeria terrorist government has violated with impunity. Every one of you remember when one of the UN working group called Working Group on Arbitrary Detention demanded the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and mandated Nigeria terrorist state to release him within 6 months. After this particular ultimatum was given by a UN certified group called the Working Group on Arbitrary Detention, monetary
I hope you are getting the explanations.
Monetary compensation was also awarded by this group. Nigeria snubbed, ignored, and violated this ultimatum. And so I would like to start laying this background of the importance of the assent or ratifying the Treaty of the United Nations and abide by it, which Nigeria have violated for decades with impunity. So Biafra will be a better alternative for every humankind who wish to be in a civilized world. And Biafra will be a model for other African states who are tyrannic, who does not know the rule of law, who are not democratic. Biafra will be a model for them to learn. So when we ratify these treaties, we will make sure that Biafra become the only African country that will lay a foundation and make a model for other countries to learn. So, and by doing that, it will go a long way in restoring peace, lasting peace in Africa, when others learn how to abide by the rule of law and also how to abide and respect the treaties that you sign into law as a country and as a state. Any country without rule of law, any country that does not respect constitution, that country is bound to fail. And that's why Nigeria has failed. Nigeria has no rule of law. Nigeria does not respect its so-called constitution. Nigeria does not respect any treaty that they have signed into law. Nigeria does not respect the United Nations Convention on Human Rights. Nigeria does not respect any agreement whatsoever they are into. So that is the reason for the anarchy. That is the reason for the insecurity. Apart from the Islamic State agenda, this is the backbone of the insecurity today in Nigeria. That's why Nigeria has become ungovernable and Nigeria has become a failed state. Because they do not have the rule of law and they do not respect their own law, not to talk of treaties they are assented to. Biafra will provide a solution. One of the solutions is we will abide by these rules and norms of international treaties and convention that will be ratifying during the convention in Finland. So, what is the working group that gave Nigeria ultimatum to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu that they kidnapped from Kenya, extraordinary rendition to Nigeria, under torture, inhumane treatment, degrading treatment, and what have you? The working group has the mandate to investigate cases of deprivation of liberty imposed arbitrarily and inconsistently with international standards set forth in the Universal Declaration of Human Rights or international instrument accepted by the state concerned. That is what this working group is all about. The working group investigates alleged cases of arbitrary detention, like in the case of thousands of Biafrans, including Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They do this by sending urgent appeal and communications to concerned governments, just like they have done to Nigeria, to clarify and or bring the attention of these cases, which they did to Nigeria. They gave Nigeria 6 months. The working group also considers individual complaints. So as you are, like those families that Nigeria have killed, murdered their relatives, they can also individually file complaint directly to this particular group. Under its regular communication procedure, leading to the adoption of opinions. So when you file this complaint, they give opinions. As to the arbitrariness of this detention, in addition, the working group conduct country visits to assess the situation of deprivation of liberty in the country. That is the primary objective of this working group on arbitrary detention that gave Nigeria 6 months to release Nnamdi Kanu and also fine Nigeria to compensate Nnamdi Kanu monetarily. Nigeria violated this opinion of the working group, which is a direct violation of the United Nations Charter on the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, which Nigeria also accepted and signed into their own law and accepted. They will abide by these rules and regulations.
If you pay close attention, you understand from the explanation of our Prime Minister that Nigeria does not obey the treaties they have signed with the United Nations. They signed treaties with the United Nations to abide by rules of human rights. And it is the same based on this treaty that they were reminded by the United Nations organization to release Nnamdi Kanu unconditionally. Something they signed up for on human rights. But they refused to release Nnamdi Kanu. Now it is 4 years and counting. And they are still holding Nnamdi Kanu. They are still holding him against the treaty they have signed. So you can see that the Zoological Republic of Nigeria has no regard for the so-called United Nations or whatever. They don't have regard for it. Biafra is offering an alternative. That is why Biafra is stepping up to sign up to those treaties. Every treaty of the United Nations on human rights will be signed up by Biafra on this convention to make sure that our pursuit of independence is stronger and effective than ever.
My phone, my wallet.
Sorry.
Committee, Nigeria, for ratifying this particular treaty is mandated to submit a report to this committee that they are snubbed, violated their own ultimatum with impunity. So which face will Nigeria use to challenge the Biafra government when we are here to say enough is enough with your impunity, enough is enough with your supporting of terrorism? We are not even talking about them funding terrorism, giving them guns and arms to fight and kill indigenous people to take over their land in the name of Islamic State. We are not even talking about that yet. We are talking about only the arbitrary detention of innocent citizens, so-called innocent citizens, arbitrary detention of those who were exercising their right protected under this United Nations Treaty. That is what we are still addressing. We are not addressing their terrorism and how they are killing the people, extrajudicial killings and all that. No, we are only talking about this particular detention of innocent people. How Nigeria violates this law with impunity that lead to the anarchy that you see today. Because the solution to prevent anarchy, to prevent instability, has been laid down in all these principles and treaties that we are going to assent to. And once you begin to violate it, you are opening and creating a loophole for anarchy. To come in, because people are going to resist it. people's rights, using gun and bullet, think you can use them to suppress them for a long time. No, at a point they will fight back. And that is why I am leading the fighting back against Nigeria today. And I will stand anywhere, anytime in the world to defend how I am leading pushback to fight against the terrorist state of Nigeria with our guns and bullets. What is the concept of this treaty? A state party to a treaty is a state that has expressed consent by an act of ratification, accession, or succession, and where the treaty has entered into force, or a state about to become a party after formal reception by the United Nations Secretary of the state decision to be a party. The signatory to a treaty is a state that provided a preliminary endorsement of the instrument and its intent to examine the treaty domestically and consider ratifying it. No action means that the state did not express its consent. Nigeria expressed its consent in ratifying these treaties that they are now violating, and Biafra is the only alternative to bring to an end to the impunity. No, so my brother Biafra people, I want to quickly inform the entire Biafra people some of the international human rights treaty under the United Nations that Biafra government will ratify through the convention in Finland on the 2nd of December. I want to inform you, we are not only declaring the restoration of Biafra on the 2nd of December, but we are also ratifying the United Nations international human rights treaties and become party to these treaties to abide by these rules and regulations in order to restore peace and stability. Nigeria have not done that for decades. We are going to provide that solution. So, on this note, the Biafra people will gather in the convention alongside with many observers that will be coming from all over the world to observe the convention of the Biafra government, both in the homeland and in diaspora in exile. On that day, Biafra will ratify the International Convention on the Elimination of All Forms of Racial Discrimination, which was adopted in 1965. On the 2nd of December 2024, as we declare the restoration of the sovereign state of Biafra, Biafra will ratify the United Nations International Covenant on Civil and Political Rights, which was found in 1966. My fellow Biafrans and the good people of the world that are listening and are very, very sympathetic to the cause of Biafra people, I want you to understand that Biafra will be the beginning of civilization in Africa. We have suffered enough. Our people have been killed, and those who made it alive today should go and thank their God that they are alive to witness this particular history that we are making in this generation. On the 2nd of December 2024, that historic day, Biafra will ratify the United Nations International Covenant on Economic, Social, and Cultural Rights. My fellow Biafrans, I want you to understand what we are doing. For those who think that this is a joke, you will understand after 2nd of December. My fellow Biafrans, on 2nd of December, the Biafra government will ratify and assent to the United Nations Convention Against Torture and other cruel, inhuman, or degrading treatment or punishment, which came into force in 1984. On the 2nd of December 2024, the Biafra government will assent and rectify the United Nations Convention on the Right of Child, which came into force in 1989. We are laying this foundation for those who do not understand how Biafra will restore stability in the entire region, to understand that only by the rule of law that sanity will return to the region of the West Africa largest resources. On the 2nd of December 2024, during the convention that will shape the history of Africa, the Biafra government will assent and rectify the United Nations International Convention on the Protection of Rights of all migrant workers and members of their families, which came into force in 1990. My fellow Biafrans, on the 2nd of December, we are not just only declaring the restoration of independence state of Biafra to raise a legal document, but we are also accepting as a government ratifying the United Nations International Convention for Protection of All Persons from Enforced Disappearance. Today, Nigeria is known for enforcing the disappearance of those who criticize it, who criticize the government, those who criticize the leaders, those who criticize officials. They enforce the disappearance. Just a few days ago, we listened to one of the lawmakers bragging to a taxi driver how he can make him disappear, and nobody will talk about it anymore.
You can see how Nigerian government itself has violated every single treaty they signed up with the United Nations. Most of these treaties are what they themselves signed up for. They signed up for these treaties, but they never kept any, not even one. They signed up for these treaties with the United Nations, but they never respected any. Forceful disappearance of people, illegal detentions, abuse of people's and human rights. So many treaties they have signed up for, but they never kept even one. And ask me, why is it that the United Nations is not taking any action against them? Why is it that no action has been taken against the so-called Nigeria all this while? All these treaties are what the Biafran government is going to sign up during this convention to maintain law, order, and stability in Biafran region. I want you to continue to listen.
And members of their families, which came into force in 1990. And will ratify and assent to the United Nations Convention against torture and other cruel, inhumane, or degrading treatment or punishment, which came into force in 1984. On the 2nd of December 2024, the Biafra government will assent and rectify the United Nations Convention on the Right of Child, which came into force in 1989. We are laying this foundation for those who do not understand how Biafra will restore stability in the entire region, to understand that only by the rule of law that sanity will return to the region of the West Africa largest resources. On the 2nd of December 2024, during the convention that will shape the history of Africa, the Biafra government will assent and rectify the United Nations International Convention on the Protection of Rights of all migrant workers and members of their families, which came into force in 1990. My fellow Biafrans, on the 2nd of December, we are not just only declaring the restoration of independence state of Biafra to raise a legal document, but we are also accepting as a government ratifying the United Nations International Convention for Protection of All Persons from Enforced Disappearance. Today, Nigeria is known for enforcing the disappearance of those who criticize it, who criticize the government, those who criticize the leaders, those who criticize officials. They enforce the disappearance. Just a few days ago, we listened to one of the lawmakers bragging to a taxi driver how he can make him disappear, and nobody will talk about it anymore. It happens. Thousands of people have been disappeared as a result of them criticizing the government official. While Nigeria was party to this treaty, they encourage and use their law enforcement agencies to violate it. Biafra is bringing alternative. How can you come against the Biafra government? We are people that embrace the future and innovation. So we are going to abide by this international covenant, international law, and international treaty, making sure that it is a pathway to restore peace and stability. On the 2nd of December 2024, the Biafra government will not only declare the restoration of independence of Biafra to restore peace and stability in the Sahel region, but we are also going to assent and ratify the Convention on the Right of Persons with Disability. My fellow Biafrans, on the 2nd of December, when you hear them say December 2nd will come, a lot is going to happen that day. It's going to be one of the most important days in the history of mankind. The Biafra government,
My fellow Biafrans, you have heard a lot is going to happen on the 2nd of December, and you must prepare your mind for what is coming. You must get yourself prepared. A lot is going to happen. Do not be left behind. Do not say you are not told. Do not be distracted. Always be focused. So many things are going to unfold during this 2nd of December declaration of the restoration of independence of Biafra. Preparations are ongoing on different areas. Preparations are going on all different angles. If you have the opportunity to be in Finland, don't miss it. It is once in a lifetime event. It is going to be once in a lifetime event. It will not happen twice. If you have the opportunity to pen down your signature as those who were there when the declaration of the restoration of independence of Bafra was made, don't miss it. Generation unborn will read about you. Your children will be proud of you. Generations, even when you are gone, they will be proud of you. These are opportunities that no man would like to miss, except for those who have obstacles. If you have regions or hindrances on your way that you cannot be attended, it's understandable. But if you have the opportunity to be there, don't miss it. It is going to be a lifetime opportunity. Grab it and make great use of it. And I bet you will be glad you did. At the end of the day, you will come out and you realize you have made a right choice. Remember, today, there is going to be a fundraising. Don't fail to join that fundraising. It is part of the journey. I want to remind you about it in case you have forgotten.
You are all invited to the Aludo State de facto government in Homeland Fort fundraising. Purpose of the event to support Finland Convention for Biafra Redeclaration. Date Friday 8 November 2024. Time 7 p.m. Biafra land time. Venue online via Zoom link. Mechuku Okike Abiyama bless you for yielding to this noble call. You are all invited to the Aludo State de facto government in Homeland Fort fundraising. Purpose of the event to support Finland Convention for Biafra Redeclaration. Date Friday 8 November 2024. Time 7 p.m. Biafra land time. Venue online via Zoom link. Mechuku Okike Abiyama bless you for yielding to this noble call.
7 p.m. Join the Aludo to raise funds for the restoration of independence of Biafra. Don't put yourself away. Do not make yourself wanting. Make yourself available. Make yourself available and be part of that very joy. Be part of that very blessing. Be part of that very joy. Be proud to claim the Biafra that you are. Do not allow anybody to take your position. Do not allow anybody to push you away. The restoration of Biafra is a must. It is coming with the speed. The restoration of Biafra is coming in such a manner that no man can stop it. My fellow Biafrans, wherever you are watching this program from, I urge you in the name of Chukwu Okike Abiyama, give all your support to Biafra restoration. Support financially, support morally, support prayerfully, support spiritually. Any way you can be able to support, do not hesitate. It is our war, and we are going to fight it, and we will win it. We will fight it, and we will win it. It doesn't matter what the enemy says. It doesn't matter what they think. It doesn't matter which angle they are coming from. We shall overcome. I appreciate every one of you that have been part of this program from the beginning to the end. We are going to end the program here to continue again next time. If you have time, join me in the evening on Biafra Exodus Hard Talk TV. If you have time, join me there. Don't forget, 7 p.m. Aludo, 7 p.m. Biafran time, Aludo is going to hold their fundraising. Join that very fundraising to support the Liberation Army of Biafra. They are working for you and I. The Liberation Army of Biafra, they are standing in for you and I. They are facing the bullets every day for you and I. These are men who has given their life to see that you have yours. These are men who have laid down their life to see that your land is defended. They have abandoned their families. They abandoned their careers. They abandoned what they call their future. Today, what they see as their future is Biafra. These men you are seeing here, what they see as their future is Biafra. And the only thing they are asking from you is your support. They need the equipment to do the job. That is all they ask. They are not asking for salary. They are not asking for any difficult task. They are not asking you for anything, not for salary, not for any gift. The only thing they are demanding for is the equipment to do the job and do it very well. These are men that are having sleepless nights, sleeping in the bushes. Many of them have their flats. Many of them have their businesses. They abandon their businesses. They abandon their flats. They abandon their big houses. They abandon their comfort zone. And they are in the bushes, preparing and protecting you. We must rise up and support them the best way we can. As we support them, Chukwu Okike Abiyama himself will support us also, and we shall all overcome. And for those who are the enemies of Biafra, enemies of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, enemies of our Prime Minister Mazi Simon Ekpa, the earlier you repent, the better for you. Because what is coming, you cannot be able to stand it. Hear it.
They even said they are signing petition to arrest Simon Ekpa.
is not looking anybody's face. The only that Simon Ekpa is not looking anybody's face. The only person I respect in this struggle is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. I gave him my word that I will never disappoint him. Before you pick a fight, Okpukpumbo abụrụ ọkpụkpụ na anọ mmadụ n'onu onye aha ka dị ndụ. No. Ọkpụkpụ nke mụ ọ nọrọ gị n'onu ogbuo gị pee. No matter what, you can't take it out. Agbago mụ Nigeria n'onu. Gbaa ndị iro Biafra n'onu. Gbaa ndị si na Biafra agaghị abịa in 2023 n'onu. Arọ ma ha n'onu na-akụ ha wọwọ. Woto. Ọkpụkpụ a, you can never swallow it and you can never bring it out. So I want you people to understand that propaganda is ongoing. They even say they are signing petition to arrest Simon Ekpa. I do not know, what kind of petition they are signing to arrest Simon Ekpa for other reasons. These people don't understand that we are actually in freedom fighting. Freedom fighting where we do not validate Nigeria state. We are fighting for our freedom. Nigeria state have committed war crime, genocide, crime against humanity in our land, leading us to take the decisive decision we are taking today. And every necessary measure will be taken to make sure that we save Biafrans from Nigeria. Come 2023.
Like this, you will be infected. If you eat me as a meat, or cancer kineri, you know cancer maybe, or you cancer you finish again, come and eat me as a meat. If you eat me and go to sleep and wake up, you know, you can't eat me.
Thank you so much for joining me on today's program. We bring the program to an end, and we are going to continue later in the evening on Biafra Exodus TV, or you can equally join me tomorrow same time. If you have not shared the program, share the program. If you have not yet subscribed to the channel, please subscribe so that you can get the notification immediately I come online. Touch your notification and make sure it is working. May Chukwu Okike guide and protect every Biafrans. May Chukwu Okike guide and protect our Liberation Army. May Chukwu Okike guide and protect de facto government of the whole land. May Chukwu Okike guide and protect every member of the cabinet of Biafran government. May Chukwu Okike guide and protect our media, every member of the media and their families. May Chukwu Okike guide and protect our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, the Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of Biafra. We pray for divine protection, wisdom, knowledge, understanding. We pray that Chukwu Okike will keep him strong and protect him in his going out and coming in. No evil shall befall him. We pray for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu for divine health. Pray for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu for divine strength. Pray for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu for divine healing. Pray for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu for revelation. We pray that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will stand strong until we meet with him very soon. We are going to celebrate him in his lifetime. No evil shall befall him. No evil shall befall him. No evil shall befall him. I appreciate every one of you. No weapon formed or fashioned against us as Biafrans shall prosper. No weapon formed or fashioned against our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, shall prosper. No weapon formed or fashioned against our Supreme Leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, shall prosper. Thank you so much for listening to this very program. I will see you again next time. Stay blessed.
Chineke na-enweghị ihe ọ ga-eme maka ọ ga-eme gị nwụọ n'ike. Hope a sịkwana na dị ihe Chineke ga-eme, ọ ga-emekwa ịfụnanya. Isi n'igwe na nwere ihe ọ ga-eme maka Biafra, ọ ga-eme ya ịfụ ya n'anya. Ịghọtago? Ezo akode. Eyatago àwọn pie. Obugo tutu. Ọtụtụ akwụkwọ.